Hi there BookTube, and welcome to a new video. It's Friday the 20th of September. I've had a very quiet reading week. I've only been reading one book and not quite finished that, although I will finish that today. So I thought I'd hold that over and include it with next week's Friday reads. So instead I thought I'd try something a bit different, and if it comes off, it could be an occasional series, or if you really want more, I could make it a regular sort of Friday video. And I'm calling this Friday Flash, because in addition to writing novels, I've also been writing flash fiction since 2009. And a very quick definition of flash fiction is it is stories in 1,000 words or less. And I've published 5 collections in all. The first three were Kindle only. The 4th is 28 Far Cries, published by Gumbo Press. And the 5th is Extra-Curricular, Tales Told Out of School, which is 44 flash fiction stories arranged around sort of school subject themes. And then I've even got a sort of limited edition pamphlet called Vicissitudes with more flash fiction. I think only 10 or 15 of these exist. They're all handmade, and I might sort of put one up as a prize if I ever reach 1,000 subscribers. Some lucky or unlucky winner will get one of these. So in all, I've sort of published between, I think, 230, 250 flash fiction. I've probably got another 50 that I haven't published. So I've written about 300 in all on many sort of diverse themes. So I thought I'd give you an example of them in, as I say, this might be a one-off, or it might be an occasional series, or we might get it regular, because as you can see, I've got enough material to sort of keep these going, if you are so minded. So this first one is called The Interrogation, and is your everyday waterboarding situation. We've seen you, caught red-handed in the act, got you on film. We just need the names. Who's that? Who did you just say? Stay with me now. Who was that name again? Damnation. We've lost him again. Revive him. Oh, not now. Who's that? Oh, hello, sweetie. Yes, not now, my love. I'm conducting an interview. I've asked you repeatedly, Sugarplum, please don't call me at work. Wipe that smile off your face. No, not you, love. Just talking to my colleagues here. They seem to find something funny about the situation. What? For a job, yes. A secretary. No, it's not a woman. Categorically not. What? You're joking. No, all right, I'll do as you say. Bring him round. No, I was talking to my colleagues here. What? Well, he sat at the other end of a long table, so he needs to come to the phone, doesn't he? Well, yes, I suppose I could go to him. Hang on then a sec, I'll give him the phone. I'm just walking over there now. It is an awfully long table, my pet. We're in the boardroom. Loosen the bindings. I was talking to the interview, baby cakes. Just how we're prepared to be a bit flexible on the terms of his contract. What? Oh no, that was just me snapping my fingers to turn off the video recorder. They don't need to hear our conversation. Yes, we record all interviews for training purposes. I know, dear, I'm a model interviewer, and my technique is used throughout our organisation. Set him up a bit. What? No, he's slouching in his chair. I'm afraid your call has rather broken the mood of the interview. No, I wasn't criticising you, my honey bun. What? Oh, yes, I'll put him on the phone now. Say hello to my wife, Mr. Timpson. What was that? What? Yes, I know, Sherry. Grunts, yes. But you could tell they were male grunts, right? Well, he was just helping my guys move some heavy things. His hands were full. Big, heavy boxes of files. Well, we want to get an idea of how he responds to orders, don't we? Whether he's a team player. No, I can't just bring the guys over to our house to help us shift the lounge furniture around. It's unprofessional and a bit of an imposition. Well, yes, I have the authority, but in truth, Angel, it's a bit of an abuse of power. I will do it. I promise I'll get round to doing it. Yes, I swear on our children's lives. My treasure, was there a particular reason you called me? I really must get back to work. What? No, that wasn't a whip you heard. Knock it off, you clowns. No, just my colleagues having a bit of fun at our expense, my dumpling. See, this is why I prefer it if you didn't call me while I'm at work. There's no privacy here. What? We've got a leak? Just call a plumber. Or get hold of the water board. Tell them it's an emergency. No, no, no. Take the towel off him. It's too much. Turn the hose off. What? No, I wasn't talking to you there, lamb chop. Towel? Yeah, we had a spill here too. A cup of tea. Don't want it staining the carpet. You've had to put towels down too. Yes, that is a bit spooky. Do you know where the stopcock is, kitten? That's not funny, boys. The electrodes, all this water around, are you mad? No, no, not you, Frou-Frou. Look, Buttercup, I really need to hang up now. Just, I'm right in the middle of this thing. You fools, you loosened it too much. That bang? I think one of the boxes of files just fell on the floor. Pick them up, would you? Set it back on the table. Bye-bye, Button. I'll see you tonight as normal. And that story came from Vicissitudes. This next one, since today is one of the first of 2 climate strike days, I thought I'd do one of my environmental studies. This is called Abecedary, and this is from, I think, my 3rd collection, which is Kindle only, which is called Long Story Short. E is for Extinction. It used to be for elephant, but poachers killed them all off in their ironclad greed for ivory. It was said elephants never forgot, but now none remain left to remember, and mankind knows exactly where the elephants' graveyards are to be found, wherever we dumped mounds of their tuskless carcasses. P was for penguin, until their population melted away with the polar ice cap that sailed off into the sunset, leaving them sunk without trace. T was for tiger, harvested for the supposed medicinal powers of its organs. Mankind still got sicker and sicker all the same, both in body and mind. D was for dolphin, for all human supposed rapport with our favourite marine mammalian cousins. We couldn't invent tuna nets that didn't snag dolphins too. We used to regard them as therapeutic when we swam with them in their briny realm, but all the while we were blighting their habitats so that their fish diet perished and they starved to death in Davy Jones's empty food locker. S was for seal, the ones often depicted balancing a ball on their snouts, delightfully entertaining us as kids in circuses, yet no playful rump persisted in us as adults, as we culled their infant pups with bludgeons, cudgels and clubs, wiped from the face of the earth with nothing more than red blood smears on white snow. This had the knock-on effect of thinning out the food supply for their natural predators, the killer W, that used to stand for whales. Their existence was further compromised by global warming's effects and noise pollution of desperate oil exploration subverting their sonar direction, so that they kept beaching themselves, expiring faster than they could be harpooned for their wealth of blubbery products, both practical and exclusive, beloved of us landlubbers. Z was for zebra, now permanently residing in the unhappy hunting grounds, stripped of their prized skins, but also through the system of man-made dams which caused the soil of their homelands to dry up and took their natural predator, Leo the lion, along with them into oblivion. Pride comes before a fall, it is said, and we committed regicide in the kingdom of the savannas. M was for monkey, our closest living relative, and one which we systematically extirpated through our epidemic fears of the species short hop for disease transmission. Our paranoia knew no limit, since we pressed the same relentless logic to take wing, as we entered the skies of avian life for good measure. F was for fox, quick and brown at the heart of our alphabet. Well, they were boundlessly trespassing our cities, bold as brass, so the outcome was inevitable, really. And that was even after the English had legislated to prevent hunting them with dogs. The rampant poison employed for the task was far more efficient and environmentally devastating. C was for cow, which along with pigs and sheep previously had formed our staple domestic stable of meat. But when we fed parts of the Trinity to each other, turning these ruminants into carnivores, They became soft in the head, couldn't stand on their own 4 feet. So subsequently, we, the ultimate omnivore, had to pass them up on the menu. B, the letter that actually sounded the name of its creature. Well, it now only stands for bafflement or befuddled, since they were the first fauna to foreshadow the fatal trend. We didn't even notice their disappearance until there was no more honey to be had for love or money. The last time life was ever sweet. The decline in human numbers, caused by the diminution of our food supply and the impoverishment of the planet, both paled by comparison to the true devolution our species suffered, the degrading of our minds. For as these animals were expunged from life, what pictures could we fill our primary reading books with which to inculcate our children the building blocks of language? All the joyous associations of these animals, seared with visits to zoos to see them in the flesh, vanished from cultural memory. People had fought to save animals from the cruel incarceration of the zoo. Little did they know that those animals were the lucky ones. Those folk were looking in the wrong direction for the threat. They should have just gazed down. G was for gazelle. Oh, just forget it. Cockroaches, hyenas, sharks and vultures, the perennial survivors of the animal kingdom, those best adapted to feast on the misery of weaker beasts, are inappropriate for an infant's reading primer. It would yield them nightmarish associations, which, while maybe more fitting to our current disposition, mothers deemed it better to just let learning slide in its entirety. Muteness was the sole maternal birthright to pass on now. The sun, too, no longer appears as a bright orange disk, lying obscured behind the eternal fumes of our belching chimneys, even though they have since been pensioned off into disuse. Likewise, the sky no longer radiates its cerulean hue, filtered out of our spectrum by the omnipresent grey fug. Nor does the sea offer its inviting cobalt blue, muddied by the decomposing corpses of all the life that used to teem there. So gradually, our children's imaginations began to shrink and wither on the vine. They had no images to append to their words, to try and colour their thoughts in order to express themselves to others. Their alphabets broke down, unable to construct words for them. Our language became as extinct as the animals which used to denizen its vibrant embrace. I am the last poet to record all this. I composed all this centuries ago as I hung on to the vestige of my mind's creative ability, and foretold what would follow in my wake. Now I too have become extinct, both in body and heritage, since not one of the meagre generations which succeed me possess any ability to read and understand these words. Okay, so that's all for today. As I say, please comment in the box below if you think this is a good idea to do occasionally or regularly or whatever. And until next time, when I'll be reviewing other people's words, thanks very much.